My topic is more so about black holes, which is why it's a more open topic.
Oh,
I
love
couldn't.
slaves.
I probably could. What?
What?
You said love slaves?
I said space.
Oh,
I said
I thought
space.
you said slaves. I was about to say, wait a minute, bro. What? We can't have a Kanye part two.
You're talking
about.
We're talking about black holes, bro. Black holes.
Yeah,
Okay.
think about.
That's
Never
why-
mind.
Wait a minute.
I'm
How does
tripping.
your mind?
Okay. Yeah, it sounded like he said slaves.
I'm gonna keep it all. I'm gonna keep it a hard stack. I was literally gonna let it slide because I thought he accidentally said slaves. I was like, we gotta let that one slide. We gotta. Okay, no, it makes sense though because he has braces now, so sometimes like it slurs. It slurs.
Sorry. All right.
And he's got a shot of apple cider too, so you know it makes sense.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I love slaves. That was almost the craziest shit, bro.
We almost lost this whole podcast, bro.
We almost lost the show.
Twice.
I swear we fight every day to keep this show standing, bro. Alright.
Oh man.
What was I saying? Black holes. More open discussion, right? I didn't necessarily see a set thing that I maybe wanted to talk about, so I decided, okay, we'll just share our opinions on what we think a black hole is and stuff like that, right? But to start this off and everything, I don't know if y'all know, we might have talked about it before. There was a black hole that swallowed a star back in 2018. I found the date.
Okay, nice.
Thank God. Now, when it swallowed this star, it does, when black hole swallows stars, it does something that's kind of like, it makes it like spaghetti almost, which makes it interesting. It's called stellar tide disruption. And what it does is that what it did to the star is it stretched it out and condensed it like a noodle. Like
How do we know this?
spaghetti. They were watching it as it did it.
Okay.
I can't remember the names. Like I don't think it might have been NASA, like astrologists or whatever. They were watching this star right when it happened. It's one of the closest stars to us, I think, or the black holes. In which case, that's the only way we can really watch it or find out about it. So it kind of, it's weird that it came in like it stuck in like a pool noodle, considering a pool noodle, you know what I mean. Considering how strong the black hole, like a suction of a black hole, really is, it looked Jimmy could have just pulled the whole thing in at once if we wanted to, but it changed the shape of the star, which is interesting. The stars are mainly gas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I think it was early this year. It started spewing out like remains or whatever remnants of that same star. So it's the way I'm seeing it is that it's acting. A black hole is kind of like acting like a digestive system here, right? Like it changes the way it intakes the food in a sense. But then once it's consumed, everything takes whatever. Maybe it might take what it needs. It starts spewing it back out like a body.
So the question is, what do you think is on the other side of a black hole?
See, I don't know. Because if it acts like that, right? And by the way, the only reason why they know is that same star is because they've been watching it ever since. And it's never consumed anything else but that. So it's kind of weird. But I don't know. Because if it's acting like because with us, we can only eat like a certain size thing. We can't just unhinge our jaws like an anaconda or something and just consume whatever we want. Instead of doing that, like a person, we find it to something that is able to pull in. At least that's what it seems like it did. I mean, granted, it could have just, like, with the suction of it being so close and passing by, it could have just started slowly pulling it in, right? But still makes no sense to me. Then it starts spewing out, not in the same way it came in or anything, kind of like powder, pretty much. Like, if you just throw powder, it started coming out like that.
Oh, like you did last show.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I'll never try scooping again. The worst thing.
Okay. Don't play footsies with me. Yo.
Can we stay in the topic?
Sorry. Okay, so the thing with the black holes is like it's the definition of like the true realization that like we know nothing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So just based on theories that I know of space, right? I'm assuming either the black hole sucked in and it turned it into the noodle because the gravity was so strong in the black hole.
Yeah.
I don't even know if black holes have gravity. I have no fucking idea. Actually, it has to. It has to because that's how it pulls things in.
Yeah.
Or is that like the space-time fabric where like the black hole itself rips apart space-time fabric and like can just tear things apart, basically, right?
Yeah.
I don't know is the black hole doing it because of gravity, or is the black hole like literally something that we can't even fathom yet that can change space and time?
So I think it doesn't confine to time, if anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because it's okay. For example, eternity, the sense of eternity, right? Something can take. I'm gonna use a religious example, right? There's the word. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. Do your own
perception
research.
of time.
Yeah. It was told, okay, Jesus will come in 5 days. 5,000 years later, here comes Jesus. Yeah. So my thing is okay, it's kind of like with heaven, how time is completely different. Do black holes not confined to time or the concept of it to that black hole? Give you like a second, like, okay, don't want it, throw it out. If it even does that type of stuff.
Yeah. That's where it gets so weird, because it's like, okay, so the space-time fabric theory or whatever, right, is that space is like a cloth that's hanging, and the heavier things are, the faster it goes, right? So like on Earth, time is literally different than it is on Jupiter. Yeah. But to me, that makes no sense, because it's like, Jesus Christ, how could time literally be faster at like an actual level?
The gravitational pull.
Yeah, but like
didn't Interstellar showed like a good where for every hour, 7 years passes or something.
Yeah, but then in my head, that it's a completely weird thing, because it's like, isn't time a social construct in itself to an extent?
Yeah.
So how could you even say time is different when we literally created it on Earth?
Yeah.
And it only applies to Earth. You know what I mean? Like, how could you possibly say the entirety of space follows this exact time? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Jupiter's gravity heavier.
Way heavier than us. Like, yeah. I think we'd actually get pushed into a particle if we went on Jupiter.
In that case, using the whole space-time theory or whatever, like fabric or whatever, right? I can see how
that's just a theory, by the way. So we don't even know.
Yeah, I can see how the time is different, because like the whole point of gravity, like it starts weighing on our bodies after a while.
Yeah.
If the gravity's way heavier, then I can see how it might make your body react different or age different.
I'm thinking of the gravitational pull, because as you get older, the more gravity starts to take a hold of your droopiness, and you start getting more droopy and everything. So I would feel like time is more controlled because of gravity.
The space-time theory, though, I think doesn't have anything to do with gravity. Space-time is purely based on the weight of things and the mass of things. Like, the space-time theory, I think, even goes as deep as you weigh more than me, so time is faster to you.
Yeah.
Like, at such a minimal level. But it's like, how the fuck does that work? How does that work? Because that's how deep the space-time theory goes, and that's what I'm saying. Black holes are, I think, the heaviest thing that we know of, right? And that's why gravity's completely different. That's why gravity's so strong on a black hole is big because gravity is strong.
Yeah.
But it's like, how? But then, like, does the black hole turn that star? To the black hole, does that star turning and spitting it out feel like a nanosecond?
I would assume.
But then, how can we even observe it?
And see, here's the thing, right? So black holes, they're so dark and whatever. They show absolutely no light coming out of it, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, shouldn't it dim or take away the light anytime the light enters it? Because if that's the case, how did it spew the star back out when, because you can still see that. The star was still light, still had light and stuff, so they had to see it come out.
Well, I heard that it's, like stars, if you look in a telescope, it's just, like, the light that travels to Earth is just a past.
Oh, yeah.
Past.
Well, yeah, because light moves different. So, like, the sunlight we see is like 7 minutes ago when the sun actually dispersed of that light. Yeah. Same thing with like the star we're watching that like is about to collide or whatever. I think you showed me that video. There's 2 stars about to collide, I think.
What?
And that like so far out, like we can observe it, but like it won't even affect us in any regard. Yeah. Scientists expect it to collide in the next 500 years, but that goes into that star already collided.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then if space is empty and weighs nothing, can we even see anything in it? And why is time even existing? Why does that?
It makes actually.
That's what I'm saying. We know nothing. Also, I think black holes, here's my theory for that.
Yeah.
It disperses a light that we can't see, we can't observe. So to us, it's completely black. It kills all light.
Yeah.
But that's just because like we see the light spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, we only see infrared. I think no, we don't see infrared.
Oh,
we see the color spectrum, but we can't see infrared, UV.
Yeah.
I think black holes have a light that we haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah.
Because I think
have to be.
I think black holes are like the case where we can look at a black hole, but like we can't even fathom what it is yet.
Yeah.
It is so far out of our realm
Yeah.
where we can't even, because everything in life we compare it to things we already know.
Yeah.
We have nothing to compare a black hole to, or have no idea even where to start.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem with black holes is like maybe it is a portal.
See,
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
because it could legitimately be a whole nother universe inside of a black hole. We would never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. Shoot, my theory now. We went into a black hole a while ago, which is why everything started going so far down the hill. And
Fair
we're
enough.
in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
This
Hey,
place.
the world ended in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Actually.
True. Yeah, no, black holes are. Oh, very. Are very weird to me.
God, I didn't even notice he was there.
Yeah, a ghost actually goes like. No, I think black holes are a very weird scenario
Yeah,
where it's like we saw it too early.
probably.
We saw it too early because like we can't even think about it.
At this point, bro, Elon, you need to figure out what you can make that a black hole won't destroy.
Yeah.
So we can figure out what that
Yeah,
is.
fucking Neuralink. Stop trying to
excellent.
blow us up
Right.
via our brain.
Yeah.
Start doing black holes.
Yeah.
Stop
And
black holes.
actually, no.
Tyrone!
No, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. Bro. Holy. Honestly, I was about to say go back to the ocean as well, but I don't think I want to know what's in the ocean.